Welcome to Accent Podcast. I'm truly happy you're here. Whether you're walking, relaxing, or commuting, thank you for spending time with us. Today, we'll talk about something beautifully simple, yet deeply powerful: walking. It sounds basic, doesn't it? But walking is more than just getting from point A to point B. It's a superpower hiding in plain sight. It heals your body, calms your mind, sparks creativity, strengthens relationships, and even helps you learn English. This episode is for learners at the B2 level and beyond, who want to improve their listening skills while learning something valuable for life. I'll be speaking clearly and naturally, sharing real stories and motivational insights along the way. So, lace up your walking shoes, or just get cozy. Let's take the first step into discovering how walking can change your life. Part 1. Walking and the body. Let's start with the physical side. We often overlook it, but walking is one of the best exercises you can do. It improves heart health by increasing blood circulation. It helps lower your blood pressure, it reduces the risk of heart disease. And unlike running or jumping exercises, it's gentle on your joints. Let me tell you a true story. James, a 58-year-old accountant in Chicago, had never been to a gym. He thought exercise wasn't for him. But one day, after a doctor's warning about high blood pressure, he decided to try walking. He started small, just 10 minutes each morning. Then he increased it to 20, then 30. 3 months later, he lost 10 pounds. His blood pressure improved. He had more energy at work. His wife even said, "You smile more now." All he did was walk. It's not about running marathons. It's about moving your body with consistency. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't even need to go far. Just step outside, or even walk in place at home. Your body will thank you. Studies show that just 30 minutes of brisk walking each day can lower the risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 40%. It improves your immune system, regulates blood sugar levels, and strengthens your bones. And here's another thing: walking boosts your metabolism. It helps your body use energy more efficiently. That means you'll burn more calories even when you're not walking. Doctors often recommend walking to people who suffer from chronic pain, especially in the knees, hips, and back. Why? Because walking improves blood flow to these areas, strengthens the surrounding muscles, and helps keep joints flexible. Walking also stimulates the lymphatic system. That's your body's natural waste removal system. Better lymph flow means less swelling, better detox, and stronger immunity. And for those concerned about aging, here's good news. Regular walking is linked to longer life expectancy. A long-term study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that people who walk at least 7,000 steps a day significantly reduce their risk of early death. So when you walk, you're not just exercising, you're investing in a healthier, longer, more vibrant life. Part 2. Walking and mental clarity. Mental clutter is a real problem. Between emails, notifications, family responsibilities, and global news, our minds rarely get a moment of silence. But walking offers that moment. There's a woman named Elisa, a software developer in Austin, Texas. Her job is demanding. Her days are filled with meetings and deadlines. She started walking every day during her lunch break, just 20 minutes around a nearby lake. She says, "I don't bring my phone. I just breathe. And every time I come back, I'm sharper, calmer, and more focused." Why does this happen? Because walking reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and increases oxygen to the brain. Neuroscientists call this the default mode network. When you walk, your brain switches from focused thinking to relaxed problem solving. That's when ideas flow and clarity returns. Walking also improves memory. A study from Stanford University found that people who walked regularly performed significantly better on memory and creativity tests. Want to be smarter? Walk more. And if you're learning English, this is powerful. A clear, relaxed mind remembers vocabulary better and forms sentences faster. So if you're stuck, tired, or overwhelmed, step outside and let your thoughts walk themselves out. Part 3. Walking and emotional balance. Emotions aren't meant to stay trapped. They need movement. And walking, perhaps more than any other simple act, can gently unlock what's been held in. There's a story of David, a single father from Seattle. After losing his own father, David found himself silently struggling with grief. One day, he went for a walk, just to get away. He walked without a plan, through a quiet park, along the shore. As he moved, the tears came. So did the memories, and eventually, peace. David turned his walk into a daily ritual of healing. Each step seemed to match his breath, and his breath, in time, softened the ache in his chest. Science backs this up. Walking increases endorphins, your brain's natural feel-good chemicals. It lowers levels of anxiety and depression. Therapists now use something called walk and talk therapy. Patients walk during their sessions, and it helps them open up more freely. The rhythm of walking gives emotions a way out. It regulates breathing. It centers the mind. It provides emotional balance. In fact, the American Psychological Association has noted that rhythmic activities like walking help people feel grounded during emotional distress. Even the simple act of swinging your arms in motion with your steps can give a calming effect. There's also something deeply symbolic about walking forward when life feels stuck. When your world feels like it's standing still, moving your body forward, even a few steps, can remind you that healing is possible. So if you're going through something painful, try this. Put on comfortable shoes, step outside, and let the earth carry a bit of your burden. You don't need to have answers. Just take one step, then another. Sometimes the walk doesn't solve the problem, but it gives you the strength to return to it with softer eyes and a steadier heart. Part 4. Walking and personal growth. Walking is a habit, and habits shape your identity. Every time you choose to walk, you're choosing consistency over chaos, wellness over laziness, growth over stagnation. Emma, a 23-year-old graduate from Portland, Oregon, felt lost after university. No job, no direction. So she did one thing: walk every morning. She used that time to think, plan, and listen to self-improvement podcasts. After 2 months, she had a new resume, a part-time job, and a clearer sense of who she wanted to become. Walking gave her structure, and structure created momentum. We often wait for clarity to take action, but action creates clarity. There's something special about showing up for yourself each day. You're not proving anything to others. You're simply making a quiet promise. I am worth this time. Personal growth often begins in those quiet, ordinary moments. On a quiet sidewalk, along a wooded trail. You don't need a yoga mat or meditation cushion. You need a path and the willingness to walk it. Research from Duke University shows that nearly 40% of our behaviors each day are habits, not conscious decisions. That means the routines we build determine the direction of our lives. So when you commit to walking daily, even for 10 minutes, you're shaping a lifestyle of intention. You're teaching yourself to show up, even on days when motivation is low. And here's the magic. Small wins create bigger ones. Walk for 10 minutes today and you might feel energized enough to drink more water. Sleep better. Make a healthier lunch. Call a friend. It all begins with a single habit. So if you feel stuck, start walking. Let your steps lead your soul. Part 5. Walking and creativity. Some of the world's most brilliant minds walked for inspiration. Beethoven took long walks in the countryside every afternoon, carrying a notebook. Most of his melodies came to him during walks. Nikola Tesla walked 6 miles a day. He believed it recharged his creative brain. Even Albert Einstein said, "I thought of that while riding my bicycle," which is movement just like walking. When you walk, your brain connects ideas more freely. You're not forcing creativity. You're creating space for it to show up. If you're a writer, artist, student, entrepreneur, try walking as your creative trigger. Let your ideas find you in motion. Let's take a closer look at why this works. Walking increases blood flow not only to your legs and heart, but to your brain. That means more oxygen, more energy, and more space for ideas to bloom. In a study at Stanford University, participants who walked were 60% more creative than those who sat still. There's also something about walking in nature that boosts creativity even more. Psychologists call it soft fascination. Your brain is gently engaged by birdsong, flowing water, sunlight through leaves, but not overwhelmed. This balance gives your imagination room to stretch. Creative block? Go walk it out. Try this simple trick. Set a question in your mind before walking. For example, how should I end this essay? Don't think too hard. Just walk. Often, your brain will hand you the answer like a gift, mid-stride. Famous creatives like Maya Angelou and Steve Jobs didn't wait for the muse. They walked toward it. So next time you're out of ideas, don't sit and stare at the screen. Get up, get moving, and let creativity catch up to you. Part 6. Walking and Relationships. Connection thrives in motion. Think about this. You and your friend are walking side by side. There's no eye contact pressure, no awkward silence, just a rhythm that invites real talk. That's why walking is perfect for bonding. Mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, couples, best friends, co-workers. Try this. Instead of a coffee date, suggest a walk. You'll be amazed at how much deeper the conversation goes. Even if you walk alone, you'll feel more connected to the world. You'll see people, smile at strangers, hear birds, smell trees. And all of that reminds you, you're part of something bigger. The University of Michigan found that walking with others improves mood, lowers stress, and even boosts immunity more than walking alone. Group walks foster social support and reduce feelings of isolation. According to the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, people who regularly walk with companions are 45% more likely to maintain long-term exercise habits. Why? Because walking together strengthens both bodies and bonds. In fact, researchers at Stanford have studied synchronized walking, where two people match their pace naturally. They found it creates stronger feelings of emotional closeness and trust. So when you walk with someone, you're not just spending time, you're building a relationship on rhythm, openness, and shared movement. Part 7. Walking and Language Learning. Walking and language are a magical duo. When you walk, your body is active but your brain is open. You're alert, but not stressed. This is ideal for learning. Try this. Put on a podcast in English. Walk and listen. Pause and repeat new words out loud. Describe what you see in English. Ask yourself questions in English. Example, what does that sound? I see a yellow bus. It's sunny today. Doing this every day trains your brain to think in English, not just translate. Your fluency will grow faster than you expect. Cognitive researchers at the University of Illinois found that light physical activity, like walking, increases the brain's ability to process new vocabulary and retain information. A study published in the journal Neuroimage showed that movement enhances hippocampal activity, the part of the brain linked to memory, which is essential for language learning. Even more fascinating, a 2020 experiment at the University of Geneva revealed that people learning a new language while walking remembered 20% more vocabulary than those sitting still. So when you walk, you're not just moving your legs, you're fueling your mind. Pair walking with language input, and you create the perfect condition for deep, memorable learning. Part 8. Walking and Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present. Walking makes this easy. Notice your feet on the ground, your breath in your chest, the colors of the sky, the sound of leaves, the feeling of sun on your face. That's mindfulness. It calms your nervous system. It lowers blood pressure. It boosts gratitude. And it costs nothing. Each step becomes a reminder. I am here. I am alive. I am enough. Harvard Medical School has published studies showing that walking meditations significantly reduce anxiety and increase emotional resilience. In mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR programs, walking is used as a core practice. It trains your attention gently, teaching your mind to stay with each step, each breath. One fascinating study from the University of Massachusetts found that participants who practiced walking meditation for just 10 minutes a day experienced lower levels of inflammation and improved sleep quality. So the next time your mind is racing or your heart feels heavy, step outside. Don't rush. Just walk slowly, gently, with full attention, You don't have to escape your thoughts. You just have to walk with them, one step at a time. Part 9. How to start a walking habit. So how do you begin? Start small. Even 5 minutes counts. Pick a time, morning, noon, or night. Choose a route you enjoy. Make it fun, music, podcast, silence. Track your walks on an app or calendar. Reward yourself, cup of tea, journal, bath. Invite someone to join. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. If you miss a day, no problem. Begin again tomorrow. Part 10. The 7-Day Walking Challenge. Here's your simple but powerful challenge. For the next 7 days, walk for at least 10 minutes each day. While walking, listen to English content. Notice your thoughts. Say one thing you learned out loud. Celebrate your effort. At the end of the week, write a short paragraph in English about how you felt. That's it. You're building a habit. You're improving your body. You're growing your English. And you're becoming more of who you're meant to be. You might wonder, can 10 minutes a day really make a difference? Let's look at the math. 10 minutes a day equals 70 minutes a week. That's over 60 hours of walking a year. If you pair it with language listening, that's more than 60 hours of English practice, without adding anything extra to your schedule. More importantly, those 10 minutes are a gateway. Once you've started walking, you may find yourself walking 15 minutes. Then 20. Then choosing to take the stairs instead of the elevator. You're not just adding minutes, you're building a new identity. Behavioral scientists at Stanford describe this as the ripple effect. One small positive change spreads into other parts of your life. You begin to think, if I can do this, what else can I do? And let's talk about motivation. It won't always be there. But habits don't need motivation, they need consistency. The 7-Day Challenge is about showing up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. Want to make it even more powerful? Get a notebook or start a digital journal. Each day, after your walk, write one sentence. How did I feel today? What did I hear in English? What word or phrase stuck with me? You'll be amazed how quickly this grows into a journal of progress. You can also join a community, invite a friend, post your daily reflection on social media. Use hashtags like Jot Your Accent Podcast Walk or My Language Walk to stay connected with others doing the same challenge. And finally, don't aim for perfection, aim for presence. If you miss a day, that's okay. The walk is still waiting for you tomorrow. So take a deep breath, tie your shoes, and take that first step. We're walking with you. Before we wrap up, let me take you a little deeper into the stories and the science that remind us how walking can truly transform a life. Let's go even deeper. In this bonus section, I want to share with you some powerful real-life stories and scientific discoveries that show how walking can be truly life-changing. Story 1. The Veteran Who Walked to Heal. John was a war veteran from the U.S. After returning home, he suffered from PTSD, anxiety, and sleepless nights. Medication helped, but only a little. Then, a therapist suggested he try something surprisingly simple: walking. So every morning at sunrise, John walked along a quiet trail near his home. In the beginning, his thoughts were chaotic. But day by day, he noticed something change. The nightmares faded, his breathing slowed, and slowly, a sense of peace returned. John later joined a hiking group for veterans, and he now mentors others who are recovering from trauma. He says, "I still carry my past, but now I walk with it instead of running from it." Story 2. A 70-year-old who started walking at 60, Mrs. Carter from Sacramento, was 60 when she retired from teaching. She had arthritis, felt lonely, and believed she was too old to get fit. One day, a neighbor invited her on a short walk. Just 10 minutes. She agreed. It became a weekly habit, then daily. Now at 70, she walks 8,000 steps a day, practices English with a walking group, and feels healthier than ever. Her doctor says her bone density has improved, her blood sugar is stable, and her memory has sharpened. "I didn't find a magic pill," she laughs. "I just found walking." Scientific. Spotlight. What research says. Walking and depression. A study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that people who walked at least 4,000 steps a day had a 25% lower risk of depression. That number went up to 50% at 8,000 steps. Movement truly influences mood. Walking and brain health. A 2011 study from the University of Pittsburgh showed that walking 1 mile a day increases the size of the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory and learning. Walking and creativity. Stanford University found that walking boosts creative output by an average of 60%. So your best ideas might not come from your desk, but from your feet. Walking and longevity. Blue zones, regions of the world where people live the longest, all show one thing in common: regular, daily walking. From Okinawa to Sardinia, movement is part of life. Quote to remember. As philosopher Søren Kierkegaard once said, "Above all, do not lose your desire to walk. Every day I walk myself into a state of well-being and walk away from every illness." Closing thoughts. Let's take a moment to remember what we've learned. Walking helps your body, your heart, your muscles, your bones. It helps your mind, clears stress, brings focus, boosts creativity. It helps your heart process emotions, heal pain. It helps your life, builds discipline, creates time to reflect. And it helps your English, turns walking time into learning time. And it all starts with a single step. Wherever you are in life, you can begin today. You don't need the perfect shoes. You don't need the perfect weather. You just need the courage to start. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for choosing growth. This is Accent Podcast. Keep walking, keep learning, and keep growing. See you in the next episode.